Hi guys, my name is Charlotte, and I decided I wanted to start doing YouTube and just put out there information for any new moms or expecting moms, just to make it easier for them. And so I'm doing a video now, and I'm splitting it into three separate videos just because I took this video once and it ended up being more than 20 minutes and it didn't download. So I'm going to split it into stuff you need to know when you are becoming a new like mom personally, and then your newborn baby, and then 6 months and plus, because they never tell you what's going to happen after 6 months. So we will start off with mom personally, and just I'm sorry about the camera. It's a tablet. It's really crappy quality, but it's the best I have. And the camera's not important. It's just the information I have. So let's get started. Okay, so this I'm not doing a whole pregnancy thing. Let's just start off with like birthing part. Okay, so if you do go through birth and you get an epidural, I'm just gonna warn you right now. Like, getting it is not the hard part. It's a really simple thing. You're in too much pain to really realize that it hurts, and you just gotta relax. But after, nobody tells you that after it hurts really bad, and you have to admit there's a needle going into your back. So you can understand why it hurts, but it feels like your back is breaking. It hurts so bad. I mean, you probably want to go for walks if it's nice weather with your newborn baby, just to work off the baby weight. But man, does it hurt really bad. It's just right in the middle, just it kills. You're gonna want to take an Advil or two to help that out. The next one is pooping. Yes, pooping while giving birth. And let me tell you, it is not a big deal at all. When I heard that you could poop while pushing your baby, I was like, oh no, that won't happen to me. I mean, like, that's so gross, yuck. Well, guess what? 80% of women poop while giving birth. And once you've been through labor and all that, honestly, it is not a big deal at all. It just happens, they clean it up, and you don't talk about it then, the next day. It's really not a big deal at all. You don't care. Yeah. The next one is contractions do not stop after you give birth, especially when you are breastfeeding, because your uterus is trying to get back to the size it was before your baby. So of course it's trying to get smaller, and you'll feel those for about like a week or two, maybe in a month after. Especially if it's breastfeeding, you're gonna feel it more intense a little bit longer than if you're not breastfeeding. Also, if you're breastfeeding after birth, you will sweat a lot, just because breastfeeding burns calories like a crazy person. Seriously, it's awesome. You're just sweating all over the place in your rocking chair. So, oh man. Okay, so you'll be extremely emotional after birth, and I'm not talking about like, oh, my baby's so beautiful. Oh, no, you're crazy, crazy emotional, and it's just because of the hormones and stuff going through your body, and you everything will set you off. I have to tell you right now, like a song will set you off, something your baby does, somebody's face, thoughts in your head, they will set you off, and you will be an emotional mess for at least the first month. And everyone will laugh at you and look at you funny, but hey, it is normal. You just gotta deal with it. All right. Um, Breast milk. If you are breastfeeding or you're starting to dry up your milk, if you choose formula, then it'll leak everywhere. And I'm not talking about like, oh, I leaked a little bit. No, it'll start gushing. I was once in Walmart and I was trying on a bathing suit. And so I took my bra off to try on the bathing suit, and I was just leaking all over the place. So just a warning to you, when your milk does come in, which is about 2 to 4 or 5 days after you give birth, make sure that when you are changing, if it's in the privacy of your own home, it's not a big deal, but if it's somewhere else, quickly cover yourself up, because you will leak everywhere, and it is not a great smell when it's left there and you forget about it, because honestly, you will forget about it. Here's an okay, and this has to do with it. your room will smell like breast milk if you are breastfeeding. Even if you're not, even if you accidentally leak when you get your milk in, but oh man, every day you walk in the room and be like, oh man, what is that smell? And it'll be breast milk, and you know, you can't help it. I mean, you're leaking, and then it gets on the floor, and you forget to clean it, and you'll spill some breast milk, and all this. So, you know, you just got to deal with it, really. Let's see. No bras will fit properly, because I mean, when your breast milk comes in, it just comes in out of nowhere, and it makes your boobs huge. And the bra that you had on during pregnancy will most likely be tighter or fit just right, because you know your boobs will grow during pregnancy, and that's, you know, well, it's great, you know, but it's it'll be really annoying because you can't have the underwire bras, and you gotta have those nursing bras, which let me tell you, nursing bras are so ugly. I got some ones from Walmart, and I love products from Walmart, not bashing it. I got this bra from Walmart, and it didn't fit me at all, and it looked like I had saggy boobs, so I ended up just using a sports bra that was loose and I could use to breastfeed. So that's what I used. I just skipped the nursing bras completely. Plus they're expensive, and they don't fit you properly because one size and this and that, and it won't fill right, and it's just, you know. Although you can order bras online and they could be awesome. I never ordered them online. I mean, I didn't want to go through all the shipping and the money spending and all that. I just chose to use a sports bra that was really loose so I could pull down and stuff. And if you're breastfeeding, I'm sorry, I'm doing a lot of breastfeeding things because I am a breastfeeding mom, and I think it's a wonderful thing. So for new moms, if you're breastfeeding, I'm going to tell you right now, you're probably going to know that you're not going to look very great because, you know, you just had a baby and you feel like crap. But you will literally, like, probably not even be able to put on a nice shirt because you're just going to be so uncomfortable. And for probably the first 2 weeks, I didn't wear anything but a tank top. Like, I wore a tank top, and then underneath was, like, normal on, you know, the leg area. But up here, tank top and a sweater. And it wasn't a pullover sweater, it was always a zip-up sweater. But literally for the first, like, couple months, you will wear probably only, like, 2 different shirts that are easy to pull down, because you will not be able to breastfeed if you have your normal shirts. Like this shirt right here, I could breastfeed with just because you could pull it down really easily. But any of the other shirts that are just, like, normal, you really don't want to lift it up to, you know, pull the boobs out. Just because it hurts really bad. You want to pull it down, it just makes it easier. So I'm just going to tell you right now, find some shirts before you have your baby that are really easy to pull down, and stick with those. Don't try to go through your wardrobe and find shirts that, you know, fit, that look nice and stuff because you want to look nice, but that aren't very accessible. If you're not breastfeeding and you're doing formula, you know, wear whatever you want, because that's what you can do. You're drying up your milk. Let's see, showering. Yeah, you're probably not going to shower that much. You're just so busy with your baby, and it's like, if you don't have that much help, which some moms don't, unfortunately, then, like, how are you going to be able to take a shower? And, you know, if you're in the shower and your baby starts crying, what are you going to do? What you can do is you can have a shower with somebody's help, you know, around the bathroom in case you slip or in case you do this. You can have a bath with your baby, or you can have a shower with your baby. And most babies really love water, so that's a really good idea. I definitely recommend that. But otherwise, you probably expect to not have a shower for 4 days at a time. Don't feel guilty, because every mom goes through it. Every mom. Okay. And you cannot sleep while the baby sleeps. It's just an obvious thing. I mean, like, you're trying to fall asleep and it's like, wait, I have to do laundry. I have to do this, I have that. And then your baby doesn't sleep that much. Some babies are awesome sleepers, and I'm like, wow, that's awesome, you know? But for the babies that don't sleep that great, like maybe a couple hours a day, you know, how are you supposed to sleep while you got 10,000 things to do? Alrighty. And laundry, dishes, cleaning in general, that's probably going to be the last thing you're going to do. Everything's going to get backed up and you're going to feel really awful and like, oh, my house is dirty, but I need to take care of my baby. And if you don't have help, you know, don't have that extra hand to come in and wash your dishes or put on a load of laundry, then it's just reality. You just got to face it. I mean, it's going to be a mess for the first couple months. And, you know, it's a normal thing. You're having a baby. It's a completely different thing in your life. Just take it one day at a time. You'll get used to it eventually. You really will. And for the last thing, and this is something that many women are really scared about with, they think it's crazy and whatever, but co-sleeping. And let me tell you, I co-slept with my daughter, who's 10 months now, for the first 5 months, and it made breastfeeding so much easier. You feel so good sleeping next to your baby. And unless you're under medication or alcohol or any of those things that make you not able to realize if you're rolling over or if you sleep through crying, then, you know, you shouldn't co-sleep for those reasons. But if you are able to co-sleep, I recommend it, because honestly, you will not roll onto your baby. It's like it never happens, just because you're so aware that they're there. And waking up and being able to see your baby right there instead of walking over to a crib or, you know, whatever, is just awesome. I loved it. I loved co-sleeping. And the only reason I stopped is because my daughter started rolling over a lot. And, you know, she'd roll over to the other side of the bed, and, you know, I don't know where she is. But for the first 4 months, or 5 months, I co-slept, and it was like the best time of my life. And honestly, I wish I could co-sleep with her now, but she's just so all over the place. She rolls everywhere. And, you know, co-sleeping, it's really, you just got to make sure that you don't put any pillows near them. Just make sure you have a lot of space. And, you know, it gets easier. You'll get used to it. It's the first week is like iffy. You won't sleep that well, but if you have a co-sleeper on the side, that's a lot of help. And don't be afraid of sharing a bed with your child, because, you know, it's so much better for them and it's so much better for you. And you know, I wish I could still co-sleep, because honestly, that darn crib's so hard to pull down, and you gotta change the sheets all the time and all this and that, and oh man, it's crazy. But that's all I have for what to expect for, you know, you personally after having a baby, kind of before. This is stuff I wish people told me, because I was all nervous about the co-sleeping, and I was all like, oh, what's gonna happen after birth or before birth and all these kind of things. So I hope you got a few things from here that were like, oh, I didn't know that. Well, okay. But yeah, so this is part 1 for the 3-part what to kind of expect when you're becoming a new mom. Alrighty, bye.